Hello everybody and welcome to our 23-week Bumpdate update. Ever since we hit that halfway mark, it seems like it has flown by these past 3 weeks. So I'm assuming that's that's what the rest of the pregnancy is gonna look like. So I better get moving on some stuff. Anyways, the baby this week is about 11.3 inches long and weighs over a pound. 1.1 pounds to about 1.25 pounds. You know, it varies baby to baby. So in comparison, that is about the size of an eggplant, a bunch of grapes. I guess it depends on how big the bunch is, because I've seen some really big bunches of grapes and I've also seen some really small ones. So I guess we'll just go with your average size. A bûche de Noël, which is a French pastry. It's kind of like a Swiss cake roll, but bigger. A chinchilla, or a fashion Barbie doll. So I think the Barbie doll is the most relatable because most people have seen a Barbie doll. I've seen many in my days. So just picturing a little man the size of a Barbie doll with, you know, a little bit bigger features, but I'm sure he's so cute in there. What is the baby doing this week? Well, the baby still has translucent skin, but he's looking a bit more reddish because of all of the veins and arteries that are starting to develop underneath his skin. And pretty soon his skin won't be translucent anymore because he'll start gaining some fat, and then you won't be able to see through his skin. So his face is fully formed and is just waiting to fill out now. So, excuse me, Rue, she's on my notes again. So within these, you know, last few weeks, not last few, until the end of the pregnancy, his face will be filling out more. He should be getting those pinchable cheeks that I can't wait to kiss. What else? Blood vessels are developing in his lungs for when he is born, and he will be able to use his lungs to breathe. So that is good. He's also forming little nipples, which it made me giggle, but everyone has them, you know, but I just can't imagine how little they are. He can also hear very well now. He's listening to my voice, he's listening to Tiffany's voice, he's listening to my heartbeat. He's listening to even loud noises that are around. So if a car honks when they drive by, or if I'm vacuuming the floor, or if the cat's sitting right there and she meows, then he can hear that. So that's really, really neat. So we gotta make sure we start reading a few more books to him every night. And lastly, his rapid eye movement, REM sleep, has started to begin while he's sleeping in there. So if you remember from last week, he's sleeping about 12 to 14 or 12 to 16 hours a day. So within that sleepy time, he's having some REM sleep. So that is pretty cool, if you ask me, which y'all did, right? So how am I this week? Well, last week, if you remember, I was pretty sick. I had a sore throat, I had a lot of congestion. A lot of that has cleared up, thankfully. I do have a bit of a sore throat tonight, but I think it might be like a sympathy sore throat because Tiffany's not feeling well now. So I'm just hoping it like fully clears up within the next couple days, because it's been a long week and a half, 2 weeks almost now. But all my congestion is gone. I'm sleeping better at night. So I'm really happy about that. It means all my energy is coming back to just start picking up where I left off, cleaning up things around here. You know, I've just been really nitpicky. I've noticed things that I feel are dirty now that I didn't feel were dirty before, or like cluttered or whatever. So that's really starting to kick in, and I'm going into cleaning / nesting mode, I guess you'd call it. Cravings this week. I still have cravings for chocolate and almonds. It's been so tasty for me. So I just enjoy about a handful every night. Or I did have some chocolate and almond ice cream recently. That was pretty good too, but I'm not picking out on it. I am definitely watching my intake on that and trying to eat more healthier foods, but I'm not gonna deprive a little man of chocolate and almonds if he wants them. The movements I've been feeling have definitely increased. Last week I said I really didn't feel a whole lot of them, but that's because I was coughing a lot, and that movement, you know, felt more strong than little man's kicks. But I definitely notice in the mornings and at night when I'm getting ready for bed, if I'm just sitting there relaxed, he is moving like crazy. I've even gone so far now to stop what I'm doing and watch my belly to see if I can see his little kicks through the skin. I think I caught it one time, but besides that, I haven't caught any others. I really want Tiffany to be able to see it, so I think that's one reason why I'm watching it so much. But yeah, so he's kicking up a storm. I'm watching for those movements, and I know within the next few weeks he's gonna hit a growth spurt here, and we'll definitely be able to see him. So that's exciting. I can't wait until Tiffany can see it and feel it. Hoping to get some of those clips on film for you guys to see. So yeah, anyways, he's very, very active. Last week, I know that we talk about this in the vlog, but I also always bring it up in the bump dates too, just because I feel like some of you might only watch the updates. So last week on Friday, we had an OB appointment. It was pretty quick. We went over the specialist results, which doctor was happy with. Everything has resolved. He did say he wasn't concerned about my cervical length, but we're gonna do a recheck anyways, just because the specialist recommended it, and he said he doesn't want to go against the specialist. So we have an appointment coming up to recheck my cervical length. But besides that, he said I don't have any risk factors, or he's not seeing anything that would make him be concerned about it. So I'm feeling really good. And besides that, I do have to do another glucose test at 28 weeks, which is standard, the standard time when people have to do the glucose test. I had to take one early at 20 weeks because I'm a little fluffy in the midsection, but a little overweight. But I passed it with flying colors, so I'm not too nervous about the next one. I've been feeling good, nothing's really changed, so I'm not too worried about that 28-week glucose test. And that's still in another 5 weeks, so we've got some time. Lastly, starting at about month 5, which is where I'm at, I'd say. I've been counting weeks and not months, so I really don't know. But a lot of people see, starting in month 5, some swelling of their face, their feet, their hands. I haven't really noticed anything. My wedding rings have still been pretty loose. My shoes fit just fine. But this morning I woke up and I looked in the mirror and I thought to myself that my lips looked a little fuller. Nothing else. I haven't noticed that my nose is fuller, but now you guys will probably tell me that. But I don't know if I was just seeing things or what, I don't know, I see myself every day, so I can't really tell if my lips are getting bigger, if my nose is getting bigger. But I just looked in the mirror and I thought to myself, my lips look a little more fuller than I remember, but I don't know if they're swollen or not. I just thought I'd bring it up because that stuff can happen in pregnancy. So that is all with me this week. Now I'm going to talk about, excuse me, the product of the week that I have. And this isn't just for people who are pregnant. This actually is beneficial for everyone, but it's been especially beneficial for us during this pregnancy. And what it is, let's bring it up here, is this wall calendar. It's a chalk calendar. You don't have to change it. You just erase it each month. So there's really no scrap. You just have to have the chalk markers. And it's been really great. We don't have a whole lot up there yet, but Tiffany can write her schedule on it. I can write my schedule on it. And most importantly, it helps us keep track of all of the prenatal appointments that we have. All of the specialist appointments we had. Well, I mean, we just had one, but all of the OB appointments we have. When I have my glucose test, if I have to do any blood draws, things like that. It's been really helpful for us to just walk in the door, see the big calendar there, and know what's going on for the week and things like that. So that is the product of the week because it's been so awesome helping us schedule things throughout this pregnancy. So that is all I have for this week. Let's move on to the baby bump. All right, so what do you think of the bump this week? I am definitely noticing it just a little bit more. I still haven't had to go out and buy any maternity pants or any maternity clothes really. So I still feel pretty normal because I'm wearing my normal clothes, but I can see a little bit more roundness in my belly, especially if I'm wearing a tighter shirt. I can see it a little bit more, so that's pretty cool. But I'm still waiting for the morning when I wake up and he's just popped right out there and I look like way pregnant. I'm just waiting for that day because I know it's gonna happen. So, but until that day comes, I'm just gonna roll with it, you know? Plus Tiffany's noticing it too. Every time I turn to the side, she's like, oh, look at little man. I love the look on her face when that happens. It's so cute. But that's it. That's all I've got for you today. So until next week, oh, I keep forgetting to say this. Thank you for sharing us with your friends. Until next week, I'll catch you on the flippity.